why marriage for me is what do you feel about somebody. It's not even the paper, because people marry and break, people make relationships.
So then among them was this young lady who came in, very talkative, very expressive, very funny. Hey, when I saw her, I was like, hey, there's something about this lady. Hapa kuna kitu. Alafu ni ile unajimekia joke internally, like, if I was to marry anyone here, I'll marry this chick.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a joke like that. And then we later met at now an event that they were organizing. It was like a white cane day around October 2000 and what, 2000 I can't remember. So yeah, we met. Alafu akanizia t-shirt. I remember I bought two. And then I remember she gave me an oversized t-shirt. Then I told her it was oversized. She went. Alitafuta vile akanitafutia t-shirt imenitoshea. Alienda along. Kuna vile tu alikuwa nice. Very nice in pairing and also very, very, he has a good smile and whatnot. Yeah. And then, interestingly, one of my mutual friend is a VI, like he is completely blind. So event imeisha jioni, ndio hawa tuko kwa ofisi yao, tuko hapo nje tunapiga story na my mutual friend, not the owner of the organization that I talked about, but now a mutual friend who was attending the event. So this friend of mine was like, I wanted to introduce you to someone. And then it happened that he introduced me to that lady.
Wow.
And he was like, wait, you remember this lady is single? And Dan, I know you're single. And I want you to exchange numbers and
Matchmaking.
the girl forced issues. Apple, apple. And you took numbers, you're laughing, or you were like, it was so awkward, me. But me, I was like, it's fine. We exchanged numbers.
And back to
Then talked that night for a very long time. We chatted, chat. Then we were like silent for like a month. Then we connected and the rest is
history. Up to now.
yeah, yeah. Now we are where we are now.
You're lucky. Even me had an experience in marriage.
Mm-hmm. I want to tell like just as you start, let me say my
Juicy tu kabisa. I met the father of my boy. Two or four. Mine was, everything was opposite. Race, religion, kila kitu. But that time, I had not attained my disability. Okay.
And it's not 204 me, I was very young.
Sasa ini watoto mi I'm old ba.
204 sijui kama nilikuwa plus.
So, sisi, sini wa sure.
And you look very, I don't know what that you need to share.
I share the genes in me. Then we dated for years, for acceptance. For the fact that, I have to be a Muslim, is Asian Muslim, they want to marry their lazima wawe mtu wa kwao. Eventually went on for that until they accepted. We married to 7, got our baby boy. Then later, it did not work. He separated. But before I got my accident, yeah, it was interesting. It was good at that time. At least it was happy. Relationships were good. We had our moments. We had good moments. But sometimes, challenges do occur, and you decide instead of you dwelling in challenges, mpigane, mfanye nini, yes brother.
What are these challenges?
Easy challenges. Hey, challenges tusianze kuongea za marriage. Nyinyi wanaume saa zingine mnapata kashugwa na kupenda yako yote. I'm not saying I'm an angel, but I'm just saying, issues in marriages, there are a lot of things. Sometimes for us, especially, culture shocked me. First of all, kuna vitu najua mwanamke, them, they are women must stay at home. Me, I work, I go to work. You're not supposed to get out of the house before you say. You're not a girl supposed to go visit someone before you say. Culture shock, but we embrace it. And then the other issues, you find that your ideologies, your culture, your way of thinking, your values, the values that you talk. So wacha tuongee tu kweli. Hata infidelity, vitu kama hizo unajua. In Muslim, me I was married in Islam. Bibi waine. You grew up in a culture that you know it's one way. Unaelewa?
Wait, did you know like he was married before?
No, he was not married. My guy was, the fellow, my boy was single. But I'm just telling you, to them, they are open to that, to those kind of values. For us, we are not. I grew up in another kind of faith, but I'll accept it. So time goes by, tulikuwa tu poa, marriage was smart, relationship poa. We had a good time. Unaelewa? But when now you see you're bad, tukaona hapa, it's good. Instead of us dwelling in me, wacha tuende our separate way. But almost like 1.5 years or 2 years before I got my accident. Yeah, and when I got it, we were still friends.
How long were you married?
The marriage was dating 4 years. Married from 2007 to 2020. We separated 2010, 2011. 2011.
Like 4 years.
Yeah, and it's 2011, yeah. But it was good. For me, it was a good experience. At least I had an experience of marriage. Because if I got with me and I never had a chance to be married, I would be like, niaje kama ningeolewa, pengine ningechelewa kuolewa. But you know what? Nilipata pia hiyo experience. So I don't miss it that much.
What was your breaking point in that marriage? Like what made you to be like, okay, by the way, apart from other issues, this one I have to walk her. When did you like, what was that thing? Exactly that was like, I think we're done for this point.
My done point. Okay, my done point, let me talk the truth. After my boy, I got my twins. I had twins, I got my miscarriage. And when I got my miscarriage, I lost my twins. One of the fact was big, and I had to even to bury him. Then that time, after that moment when we had issue, I just felt, you know what? Hey, let me take a break from this. Let me take a break from this relationship. I think it's good I call and I'm take care of my boy alone. And I decided to take care of my boy alone. Because in Islam, you give the boy to the man. No, a boy child. For me, when I decided I'm going with my boy, I will take all the responsibility for my son. Yeah, it is good. We separated. But even after the accident, we were still good friends. And even up to now, we are good friends. Because for the child, you put everything aside. For the child, hata kama uko na maneno gani inakuuma, don't bring it in front of your child. Deal with their issues, but don't bring. Even my boy, if you ask my boy, he has ever seen me quarrel with the dad, he'll tell you no when it comes to visit. Because why is you learn to differentiate between your child relationship and your husband relationship. That thing I learned but it did not come at natural in God's grace and God's wisdom. For me, that carried the time. But my the worst point do we continue talking about relationship until we got an accident and
No,
utaniuliza sawa, mi hapo yangu nimemaliza. That is my take on where I have to divorce and all that. We did marriage and we did divorce.
Officially.
Yeah.
Officially.
Officially.
Like papers, whatnot.
Papers have not, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, so, okay, so leaving the bad, did you fall in love again? In our club now. Sasa
Club
yetu sasa hii ya watu wengi.
Sometimes ile unafikiria ni mwisho wako, kumbe ndo Mungu anaanza ingine mpya. It was funny. Wacha nikwambie yetu nayo. Don't laugh.
Oh.
When I fell in love, not falling in love, when God presented another person, it was not somebody at simujui.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that when I was like this, atufikiria bado mtu atukuangalia. Bado tunakuangalia. I had like 2-3 proposals before, but utukala ni za ukweli ama ni za uongo. Mtu anakuambia hata ukiwa hivi nitakupenda that you don't have. But now the time God presented the real thing, real deal. When I was in form, after finishing form 4, I met this gentleman.
In form 4, were you like?
I was normal.
I'm asking your relationship. When did you fall in love again? But now you.
No, I'm trying to najaribu kukuambia mahali huyu mwingine
Acha ninyamaze.
Mungu alimleta. Let's now we trace back. Si ati ninaona Kobe is not somebody mwenye sikuwa anajua. Ni that you never know you meet somebody, pengine God not preparing you for that moment, but for a later time. Sasa, wacha nikwambie story ya huyu, the new one, when I'm disabled, mahali alitoka. When I had cleared form 4, and I was bado kwa miguu yangu, nikasema, wacha nikateke ka job. Nikapata ka job. I like being at rest. Nikapata ka job ka sales in a shop. Kakuuza nini? Hizo siku kulikuwa ni tapes. Hatukukuwa na TV. Hakuwa ilikuwa na TV. So it was like a video shop. Gazeti. Tukukuwa na online. Zilikuwa zile newspaper. Zile zilikuwa za gazeti za magazines.
Yeah.
So those days, boys, Eldoret, Barnetung Plaza.
You know, I was born in LD, so I know when you mention those places, I know them.
Yeah, Baringa.
Yeah.
Barnetung Plaza.
Yeah.
Now this guy comes in. Wacha nikwambie sasa. Sauti yake. The moment aliniambia tu, wacha anyuzi, ati anataka gazeti. Sauti. I fell in love with the voice before the guy. And that is now we started dating. We dated for 1 year. That was back. We dated for 1 year with him. Then unfortunately, my brother who was taking care of me in Eldoret passed on. So I had to move from Eldoret and go back to Mary. The guy followed me. Now, since we were both going to university, him was called in Maseno. Me, I was called, I went to Nazarene. So those days, hakuna Facebook, hakuna simu. So him being young, akaseparate akaenda Maseno, mimi nikaenda huku nini, and we lost contact. Do you know we lost contact? That gentleman was so special for me because when my brother died, he came up to Meru, the young he was, because we were 19 years old, 1980. He took care of my brother, he took care of me until we separated. Then we lost contact completely. Used to write letters him in Maseno but hazimfikii, ni kama sikuwa zinamfikia. He lost contact for how many? For 2020, is it 23 years? I looked for him in Facebook. I looked for him everywhere. Why? Because I just wanted to tell him thank you. He took care of me that period which I was down. Nikamtafuta nikuwa na miguu. Nikamtafuta hadi when I got my accident. I tried looking for him just to tell him thank you because I felt, pengine Mungu anani, but I never told him thank you for the way he helped us. Then one day, out of nowhere, Facebook, nikasema one more time. Nikiweka jina yake, na akaniambia it was 2017. 2016, no, the first time alijoin online. Aliniambia mimi sikuwa na mtu ani. You know, there are people who don't like online.
Yeah.
And then what? I met him. And I looked at, and the first question he asked me, are you married?
Wow.
Nikamwambia, wewe wacha jokes. Mimi nimekutafuta hapa nikwambia asanti. Na pole the way we left each other. Akaniambia tu sikuulizi tena, are you married? Nikamwambia, divorced. The guy, I was shocked. Akaniambia, you're not married?
Wow.
I want to marry you.
Wow.
I know to the story.
Did you know like you?
Nikamwambia, hold on kwanza. Wacha nikwambie tu story. Nilipata ajali. Mimi vile tunaongea sitembei. Unaelewa?
Yeah.
I am paraplegic. Akaniambia tu yenye aliniambia na up to there I still hold it. So aliniambia nini? Hata kama umebaki tu kichwa tu unakuja kukaona. You know that I'm coming to see you. That time he was all the way in Kisumu. Do you know, he traveled akakuja and he told me hata sitaki ati harusi. When people were celebrating at kuna watu wameoana sijui na harusi ya 100 bob. There was a time there was like a story, this couple had married each other na 100 bob. Yangu hata ikuwa 100 bob. I think he just told me kwa simu. I can't forget that it was on 18th January 2017, sorry. He told me hapa kwa simu nataka just say our father had married.
Wow.
Nikacheka nikasema hii marriage yangu hata ya 20 hata 20 bob proposal ya 20 hata 20 bob hata hakuna mtu anatoa bia. Hata hakuna mtu anatoa hii proposal ya mwaka. Akaniambia kukubeba kubebaga atubaka kwenyu and take hiyo there was dowry enough. Jokes anyway. And the rest ilikuwa historia. He came over, it was there, and we still be friends, and we are still friends up to now. So it occurred to me, I was happy.
When are you saying, why are you saying you're still friends? When we broke up?
No, we've not broken up, but in this situation, he is really somebody who came, let me tell you about him. He came, he told me, he used to be very annoyed. Acha nikwambie tu story. When he comes here, hanioni, kwa sababu nini niko ndani na manaskia. Anakaa hours and hours, auliza, hawa wasichana wanafanya nini na huyu Fridah akamtaka you. Okay, my pet name is Sweet. Calls me Sweet. What are they can do? What are they doing with Sweet? Huh? He told me, this one, I have to learn now all the things caregivers do. So, hiyo time na spend na caregivers, na spend na wewe. He learned about caregiving, because most him is self-employed. So, imagine he changed all his job. People wenye uko where Kisumu used to do these things, he put guys, he made sure yani, na akaniambia I'll come take care of you. Most of the time he took care of me, so that at least hata to relieve the pesa ya caregiving pesa. When I need somebody to go to hospital, he learned everything, studying caregiving, everything that entails a caregiver. He learned. So that what he told me, sitaki ati nikitaka kwenda na wewe Mombasa, nakwambia tumebana na caregiver, na kuweka kwa mgongo, tunaenda na wewe Mombasa. Yeah, and that's love story. So it can happen again. Hata ukiwa hivi, you can still meet someone, and they love you the way you are. Up to now, he loves me the way you are.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful talk.
Oh, that's a beautiful one, because I've never heard of it. That's the...
Yeah, everyone's shocked. People say, akinimua, ananibeba, nini? Tell me, hata ndege ama wapi the guide. Tu. That is me.
And you guys still together, ma?
Yeah, we are still together, but it reaches a point whereby you can't hold on, even if he has to do his own things. So when I need him, he will always be here. In fact,
but in terms of marriage, are you guys married?
For us, we never went to the married. We married ya 20 bob nakwambia. So unajua, for him, he believe, and trust me, I don't want to go to married the paper way, because getting out of it was a really issue. Why marriage for me is, what do you feel about somebody? It's not even the paper, because people marry and break, people make relationship break. So sometimes even these formalities for me, because I've also experienced it, it is the truth. Nelo, how do you feel about the person? Can you carry all their weight? Nelo, can you be down there for them in thick and thin? Nelo, ile time buyer. For me, he is pruned. He can actually handle me. And that does not mean that you don't have relationship with the father of your boy and that. No, Mela, that I told you that is different, because we still have good relationship with that. But even me on my side, I have also to kama mamungu ameniletea mapenzi ingine, kwa nini nikatae? I feel proud of myself, even when I go and he calls me sweet.
You feel nice.
Wacha tu niseme, wacha sitaki kusifu, but nakwambia kuna hii tribe enye wanaitwa jeuri, Jaluo they love themselves. My wife, Unaelewa, when you go somewhere and you're like this paraplegic and somebody tells you, hey, sweet, where carries you, yabi, haladolu. Unasikia poa. Acha tu nikope to the truth. I've ever gone to an hotel, and the hotel, and then this guy was like wondering how are they going to handle me. Akaambia kaeni kando, bibi yangu aguzwi. Naelewa, dovu inashidagwa kubeba. Inaitwa hiyo statement. Aliposema tu akisema hizo vitu, na pia hata kama ulikuwa umekasirika saa nyingine kwa inatakika. And you tell me, when
Yeah,
are
I
your
mean-
beautiful moments with your wife?
I mean, there are many. One interesting note nimechekanga ni why do people call you mlemavu? Do you know you are not mlemavu? Hey. That is what she said.
Cool.
I don't believe you.
Hawelewi.
No, I don't believe you are. I actually I don't see where. So it's a joke she makes a lot. So whenever we are like in a group and people say, but is any walemavu, and then she's like, and I need and some money, you know. So she makes that jokes a lot. But I think like you said, I think it's so nice to hear what a guy like was ready for.